What up? It's your boy Mgtow. Just gonna do a quick vid here. This is gonna be under my Why I Left Atlanta series, but this is not necessarily talking about Atlanta. And I covered some of this before. It was basically working with women. The reason why I'm covering this now again is because people on my channel seem to think that I'm Mgtow. And Mgtow means men go their own way. Okay, so I'm kind of on the border of that. Uh, there's a lot more silence, but, I still, other than I'm still a guy, so I'm like, oh, it'd be nice to have a chick every now and then, but you can't do that every now and then. You either have one or you don't. You know what I'm saying? According to the law of the Lord. So I don't really play those games, you know what I'm saying? But, nice chocolate sister with the bang pow, and that's always going to get my attention. So I just want to get this out there. I do not hate women. It's because Mgtow seems to come with some type of moniker and lifestyle as in you hate women. I do not hate women. So I'm going to say that. Working with them, though, is tough. I got to say that. Working with it, like if you're in a situation where you have to deal with some women, not all, some women where you have to face them and come into work, where you have to wake up to them, you know what I'm saying, in situations where you're just like, you know what I'm saying, then you're trapped. You know what I'm saying? You're in a situation like that. I am not in one of those situations currently at this moment, but I'm sure it's going to happen. And you got to find, as a man, for one, you're outnumbered, especially when it comes to the job. Two, a lot of the laws are skewed towards them because they're controlling legislation. So you're just hitting my. So I mean, these are the things that have created Mgtow. The whole baby mama drama, and women taking men to court, taking them to jail, women killing men and nothing happening to them, women raping children, and the women are getting probation and the guys are getting 30 years. These are the things that created Mgtow. So a lot of you women come on here, yeah, I don't want to hear that. If you don't agree to change legislation, okay, that's the problem. There has been a big push for legislation to protect women, and I don't have a problem with that. What I got a problem with is when there's an unbalance to it. It's skewed to the point where you look at somebody wrong, and I mean, it's all over for your job. You're making, 50, 60, 100,000 a year. You'll be looking for another job, because those women, once they get in groups, it's lights out. Once they get to talking about you, you will be fired. You will be fired. They control human resources. Um, they control legislation. They can easily get to the boss. I mean, Mike Pence even said, he's like, look, I am not going to be alone with a woman without my wife or somebody else there. And this is the vice president saying this. Like, it's like he even realizes, look, this is bad. Like, we don't know who the good ones are, and we can't trust none of them. That's it. We don't know we don't know who's cool and who ain't on that nonsense. So I don't trust none of y'all. And this is a movement that is not only happening here in America. And it's very, very scary, because now you have men who will not hire women. And, women, of course, are trying to knock down that door again. It's just like, no, especially if it's a private company, then they're trying to sue them. And that's the problem. Because a lot of them aren't trying to be hired on their qualifications. They're trying to be hired just because they're a woman. That's an issue. Like, you can't do that. A lot of women are upset because, they see a sign that says men at work. Why can't it just, and they want to tear it down. It's just like, because there's a good chance that the majority of the people out here working on these roads in concrete and lifting this jackhammer, there's a good chance that it's a man. There are jobs that are male dominant. There are jobs that are female dominant, you know. Okay, so if you want to say people at work, fine, but the way they're doing it is just an outcry, as in it's an affront to their femininity. Like, how? Go out there and swing a jackhammer if you want to. Nobody's stopping you. God, look, there are a lot of women truck drivers out there. Whenever I see a woman truck driver, I'm like, big ups to you because you are handling that big rig. You- I just don't want people to think that I hate women. I don't. I hate the system that has been created to block men and women who are not interested in interfering with each other's lives to be able to work with each other, because there are just some things that men are good at, there's just some things that women are good at, and we all have our attributes, and it's getting bad. And when it comes to dating, you're like, God, you just see so many bad things and you're just like, nah, it's not going to happen to me. That notion is getting thrown out the door. Men are no longer thinking it's not going to happen to me. 50% divorce rate, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Your kids are gone. Your house is gone. Somebody else is sleeping with your woman in your bed, in your house, playing with your kids. This is no longer it can't happen to me. No, it will happen to you. it has gone over from it can't to there's a good chance it will happen to you. And this is not targeting black women. It's not white. It's targeting American women. And of course, in other European countries. So, black women, I don't want to hear it. You leave us alone if you don't. I'm not talking about you only. I'm talking about the American system. If you don't like what men are saying, you don't like these messages, then you have the power to go and change the system. See, eventually it's going to be women against women. It really is, because you got some women out there who are just like, no, I love my dude. I love men. I need a man in my life. I'm not trying to hear these goofy women talking about I don't need a man. That is non-existent to me. I want a man, need a, for those women are going to have to stand up against these other women. Women who like working with men simply because they don't want to work with a bunch of other women, because women go at it over just the most asinine things that men just don't pay attention to. Some women recognize this and like, I don't want to be catty all day. I want a man in here to come in here and, do whatever this is. If he's stronger than me, so what? God made him strong. I need that strength. You know what I'm saying? Men need women's touches. Women have a sense of detail that men usually don't have. And when you find a man that usually has, it's just like, yo, bro, you really are paying attention to detail. Like men who make clothes and stuff like that. That's attention to detail. Men who are into some computer work and stuff. It's attention to detail. So it's not like, it's only in women, but it's female dominated. You find a lot of females who gravitate towards those jobs, is what I'm saying. So, and it's not, oh, he pays attention to detail, he's, a feminine. No. Yeah. You people want to fight over the stupidest things. But working with each other, listen, there is a huge void in the work area. And listen, there's a million men right now in America who will not return to work. They will not. And the knee-jerk reaction to that is, you have the system that people are gravitating towards so they can get funds so they don't have to go to work. And it costs everybody. Well, you know why? Because they're afraid. They have gotten sued. They have lost everything they had. They're like, I'm not going back to a job where I have to see a woman every day who doesn't like me, and I know she's going to make it hard on me. I've gone through that so many times. They like you, and then when you really don't like them like that, then they make it hell on earth for you. And eventually, you lose your job because those women come together and they're just like, nah, we're going to get him fired. We're going to get him put in jail. We're going to make sure he loses his money. He loses his children. It's like a whole coalition of them just come together, and it's just like, I don't even want to deal with it anymore. These are some things that I'm thinking about because, man, I look at the job market now. I just graduated, and I'm like, man, I'd love to go back and work, but I don't. Marsha doesn't like you, so it's an issue every day. You got to deal with this woman, and next thing you know, she gets to whispering. She'll do it in front of you. She'll start whispering about you, and here it goes. It's like, damn it, I forget that. I don't want to deal with her, and they're just trash. I don't want to deal with it. I want to come to work, and it's just not like that no more. They know that they have the power. They know that they're not going to get fired. They know this. They know that they have the numbers. And I'm telling you, for the women who are not on it like that, they're making it hard for you too. Because you're not only scaring a man at his job, but his job is his heart. You're scaring him at home. You're making him not want to deal with you except sleep with you and be out. And then you're like, why can't I find a husband? Well, go talk to some of your women friends out there who just want to make it hell on earth for a man, and then they want to make it widely known. Go talk to them. Because this is why you can't find a husband. Because he's like, nah, like, I like you, but I know what you are. I know the potential. I know what you can do. I know I can literally lose my life and very, very little will happen to you. I can't do it. I had a woman out here, my next door neighbor threatened to kill me. I'm going to kill you if you look at my daughter. The scary thing about that is she'd probably get 2 years, if that, be on probation for knocking off a black man. And she is a black woman. She'd probably get maybe a year probation. They would say, oh, he did something that I didn't, never did anything. Oh, he did this. Oh, she was afraid for her life. Oh, and all these women would jump on it, and the lawyer would be a woman, and it'd jump on the judge, and they'd be like, I'm going to give you 2 years for blatant, murder one. I'm going to give you 2 years, and I'm going to give you, 3 years probation. And then that would be knocked down to 6 months, and she'd be let out of jail. This is how worthless a man's life is now. A woman they can do that. You're creating a system where men have to literally fight to keep themselves in, for one, good graces of a woman. And if you're going Mgtow, you're just like, I wake up every day with desire to wish I had a wife. But I know if I did and she flips on me, I have to deal with the judge, I have to deal with lawyers, I have to deal with the community. It's just bad. I just wanted to say that. I'm not against women. I'm against the system. And for you women who are against the system, if you don't speak out and if you don't help change with these spinsters and other women who hate men and get off on just damaging and destroying the man, period. You destroy him at work. You don't want to. You get triggered because he's walking down the street. He should not walk down like I walk down these streets every day, and these women will look at me, and then one woman, I don't even go past her house. Like I don't pay her no mind. She saw me, came out her door, walked all the way to the neighbor's house, and started talking about me. And I know they did because I was walking the other way, and I turned around, and they were both looking at me. I was like, I'm walking here. It's the sidewalk. You're allowed to walk on the sidewalk. I'm not interested in none of you women. I can care less about you. I ain't thinking about you. All I want to do is walk down the... But they will start something. They'll start whispering, and they're doing it, and they're starting that whispering, boom, instead of just coming up to me and asking me who I am, if there's a problem. Instead of having an intelligible conversation, it's shut the. I can't imagine myself working in that atmosphere no more. I can't. Just, I just can't. I gotta find something else to do. It's your boy Tone 202. I'm out.